Nearly there, David. There we are, old chap. Just give it a minute or two.
I can't bear it, Doctor. Music always used to help, but now he's on the rack. He's just on the rack the whole time.
I know. Look, I really think we've reached the stage where we need to take him in. I'm so sorry.
But this is his whole life.
He hasn't got a life, eh? Not without pain control. And we can do that so much better in the hospital. Look, why don't I send along one of our nursing staff? Sister Bridget. She can explain things so much better than I can.
Stick with me, Stanley. Excuse us, please.
Meryl, please, this is driving me mad. Stop avoiding me. Give me a chance to explain.
I don't need explanations, it's obvious. You proposed to me and you were already married.
No, it wasn't like that. I was gonna ask Sandra for a divorce, I swear. I still want to marry you. Meryl, I love you.
Some love, eh? You lied through your teeth, Frankie.
Yes, Mr. Bolton, but I'm carrying out an internal audit and I need the bank statements. It doesn't matter when Mr. Middleditch comes back. Well, if that's your attitude, I'll manage without. Goodbye.
Sorry to disturb you, sister. I wonder if you can help me with a bit of a problem.
Oh, yes.
A man at home dying of cancer. He's reached the point when he really needs to come in for pain control, but he's understandably apprehensive. I just wondered...
If I could make a home visit to explain? I'd be happy to help. I could go now if you like.
Tomorrow will be fine. I can see you're in the middle of things. I'll send Lizzie along with the details. David Wallace is his name. He's a lovely man. Cellist.
Doctor, any news on Matron?
Not yet. But don't worry about it. You're doing a terrific job. And if Matron does decide to leave, well, I'm all right behind you.
Thank you.
Next, please, Lizzie.
Mrs. Brightway, please. I want to turn.
Ready?
No, I'm not even nearly finished.
But I thought you were doing supper this evening.
Gordon, look at the waiting room.
So I could pick up Kate from Brownies? I'm sorry.
I know. You wouldn't believe it, would you? I mean, it's not going to be the same without Matron.
What'll she do now?
Well, she's definitely leaving. Picking up her stuff tomorrow, apparently. Oh, it's just so sad, isn't it? Finding happiness and everything, and then... It's no good, Frankie. If you're going to ask me again, the answer's still no.
But Lizzie, if you saw the state of me new digs...
You heard her. Now sling your hook.
I'm on my own, just wanna roam. I tell you, man, don't want a home. I want around, be off the ground. I need to know, from town to town. I say I think this life is grand. Say I dig it, man, don't bring me down, man. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down, man. Don't bring me down.
Mr. Wallace, I can see how much you're suffering.
I can manage.
But you'd be so much more comfortable in the hospital. There'd be a doctor on hand all the time. We'd be able to keep things bearable. It's quite an art, you know, controlling pain. And our doctors are very good.
Oh, this is Carol, our daughter.
Hello.
Hello. I need your help, Dad.
Oh, Carol.
I can't work out the fingering.
In a minute, darling. This is all I have. My family, my music. I can't leave it.
But it can come with you.
We just want you to be comfortable, Dad. That's all.
I'll think about it. Now, practice makes perfect.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, sister.
Not at all. You needn't worry, you know. You can be with them all the time. You can even sleep at the hospital if you want to. And as for the music, well, we can't provide a piano, but I'm sure we can do something. We'll make it a second home, I promise you.
Well, we'll work on him. But I warn you, he's stubborn.
I need to see Dr. Wetherell urgently, please.
Hang on.
Oh, not hang on, young lady. My wife is ill.
Yo, if you'd just like to take a seat. Oh, Doctor, there's a...
This is the third time. I've had to bring Thelma in, Doctor, and I'm worried sick.
All right.
I'm sorry, but nothing you've given her so far has made the slightest bit of difference. If anything, she's getting worse.
Well, migraine is notoriously hard to treat.
Yes, if that's what it is.
Come on, Dennis, of course it is.
Well, I'm not so sure, Thelma.
All right, if you both like to come through with me.
Lizzie! Before I start surgery and when you finish whatever it is you're doing, I need a new prescription pad.
Well, that's just it, Doctor. You can't have one.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I'm sure I left them here, because that's what I always do, but obviously I didn't. So where on earth are they?
The prescription pads.
My keys.
Right, so it's sensitive here, is it? Yes, especially sort of here and here.
Right. Okay.
How about here? Yes. I'll just have a quick look at your eyes. All right, Mr. Forbes. Well, your wife does seem to be in a lot of discomfort, so we will keep her in for tests.
Thank you.
Ah, Ken! Just the man. Bit of a crisis. This is lost the keys to the stationery store.
Right, I'll get the spurs.
Half the light bulbs on my wards have disappeared overnight. And my store cupboard keys have gone.
So am I.
Mr. Harper, what on earth is going on?
I'm economising.
And is there any reason why that is?
Indeed there is. This hospital is in the red.
In the red? No, I really don't think so.
Can be no doubt about it, I'm afraid, which is why, as of today, I'm instituting a strict economy drive.
Look, as acting matron, I suggest we wait until Mr. Middleditch returns before we
And we'll be taking personal control of all supplies and issuing stores only upon receipt of a chit signed by a head of department.
A chit? Oh, for goodness sake, don't be ridiculous. Come on, Mr. Harper, just hand over the keys.
I'm sorry. If expenditure exceeds income, action must be taken. And talking of expenditure, Mr. Hopkirk, I'd like to see you later on to discuss the boiler. And don't forget, I want chits.
Have you made up your mind yet?
About the future? No.
I suppose it's a question of whether you still want to retire or...
I know. Do give my thanks to Joan.
I will.
Enjoy the rest of your break.
Oh, I certainly will. Hello, Matron.
Matron! Good to see you.
Nurse, my wife's been waiting for a bed for more than an hour.
I'm very sorry, sir.
What's the problem, Nat?
Can't get the clean sheets because the linen cupboard's locked.
Isn't there a key, for heaven's sakes?
Slight administrative hitch, that's all. Soon have it sorted out. Chaos. Lord knows what Matron would say.
I can imagine.
What on earth is that silly man up to, hey?
Don't ask. The hospital's in the red, apparently, so he's decided to economise.
And what, by taking out light bulbs and locking up linen cupboards?
I know, and I will deal with him, but not now.
No, all right. Look, I was just going to ask who's going to do the food shop, that's all.
Well, I thought you said that... Jill, sometimes, just sometimes, when things get tough, I wish that...
You wish what?
It's nothing. Well, actually, it would be nice if we had some sort of domestic plan we could stick to, you know. That's all.
You mean a wife? Housewife, nice little pinny. Supper on the table ready for the big man's return.
Don't be silly.
Oh, I see, so that's why you want me to have a baby, so that I can stay at home and be a housewife?
No, of course not.
Well, I'm sorry, Gordon. Took me an awful long time to get where I am today, and I am not going to give it all up to warm a man's slippers.
Thank you. How are you, matron? The break do you good?
Oh, yes, it was lovely. Thank you.
I saw Dr. Ormerod on my way in, and he told me you were doing a first-class job.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I'm quite sure he's right. So what I'm going to say will come as a disappointment, I'm afraid. I've decided to stay on.
Oh.
I'm very sorry. I know you had your heart set on the job, and I'm quite sure that one day...
No, I hadn't.
One day the job will be yours. But...
I don't want to be matron. Matron.
You don't?
No, really not. I'm no good at the paperwork. I'm terrible at the telephoning. And I can't cope with Mr. Harper, and if you were going to come back, it would be the most enormous relief.
Oh. Oh, well then.
And after your sad loss, isn't it better for you to carry on? Sorry, it's not for me to say, of course.
No, you're quite right. I'd be lost without my work.
I'm lost without mine. Nursing. That's what I love. And that's what I miss. So, if you wouldn't mind, I'll clear my stuff and I'll get back to my wards.
No hard feelings?
I'm delighted.
By the way, why are half the lights switched off?
Ah, that. You'll need to ask Mr. Harper.
She's not even trying now. Seems to have given up altogether.
Aye, she's exhausted, poor thing. It's been hours since she started.
If it comes to it, we're going to have to try and pull her out ourselves. It's either that or wait till Vet's finished his rounds.
But she won't go into the shed, Rick. We've tried that.
I'll have to do it here then. I'll go and get ropes. You'll stop with her.
Magnificent. Built in the days when things were made at last.
Yes, well, maybe. Well, this old girl is definitely past it.
Nonsense.
Look, I know, I look after her. And it's took me 5 years to get Mr. Middleditch to agree to buy a new one.
Yes, well, I'm afraid I've cancelled the order.
What?
This hospital cannot afford a new boiler.
But Mr. Harper, that one is completely unreliable.
Yeah, it's only because of Ken that we manage it all.
Yes, I do realise you'd like a shiny new toy to play with, but...
But it's not that. It's that I can't guarantee to keep that one going.
Exactly my point, Mr. Hopkirk. He needs a proper boiler expert to see to it, and as long as we have you, we can't afford one.
What do you mean? Like, no Ken?
It's a possibility, yeah. You could take care of the day-to-day stuff, Alan, I'm sure, and we're getting a proper tradesman for anything big.
Mr. Harper?
Matron, I thought you'd left us.
I'm afraid not. And I'd like a little chat with you about light bulbs, the stationery store and the linen cupboard.
Yes, well, I'm afraid you'll have to wait. I'm very busy at the moment.
Mr. Harper! Okay. Right. So, I'm going to send this and the blood samples off to the lab. If you could make sure that Mrs. Forbes gets her painkillers as soon as possible.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that it is cranial arteritis. Have you told her? No, not yet. Not till I get these back and I know for certain. In the meantime, sister, can you make sure that she stays nice and quiet? If it is what I think it is, there is a risk of stroke or sudden blindness. So. Yes, Doctor.
Are you going to do x-rays? They'd show up a brain tumour.
I'm sorry?
It's no good trying to keep things from me, Doctor. I know that's what it is, because my mother died of one, and I know the symptoms. And what's more, she'd still be alive today if I hadn't listened to the doctors. I'm not making that mistake again. Who's that there?
It's Dr. Ormerod.
Right. I'm going to ask him for a second opinion.
No, please, Mr. Forbes. He's with a patient.
Very well. But I will talk to him later. And if he agrees with me, I want her referred to a top specialist in London if we have to. My wife means everything to me, Doctor. And I'm not going to lose her.
Well, look, I've tried to explain, and I've apologised. What more do you want me to do?
Excuse me.
Meryl.
Frankie. I'd leave it if I were you.
What, because you say so?
No. Because she does.
I know what a wrench this must be, but we'll make it as easy as we can, I promise. Thank you, Ken.
Hello, Mr. Wallace. You're in the hospital now. How are you feeling?
Better for seeing you again.
Well, that's a good thing, because you're going to be seeing an awful lot of me from now on, I'm afraid.
Dad, what's all this about you being for the chop?
Oh, don't ask me. All I know is if Harper does try anything...
He'll have a thumping great fight on his hands.
Aye, he will that. And you know what the stupid twerp's gone and done now? He's gone to lock the boiler room door and second key.
No.
Call in the experts, he says. Experts. I am the expert when it comes to that boiler.
Of course you are. I mean, you know her little ways and everything.
I do, Alan, that's right. I mean, it's like a woman, innit? It's okay, as long as you know what buttons to press.
Hello, the Royal. Right, just give me the address. I will, right away. Out of my way, some chap's run his wife over.
For God's sake, be quick! I don't know what to do for best. I tried moving her, but she's in too much pain. We're trying to get Carp out. Hello, Annie. I'm Dr. Goodwin. You don't worry, we're going to have you out of here in a minute.
My legs! Don't touch my legs!
OK, let's have a blanket, shall we? And morphine, please, out my bag. OK, it doesn't look good. Both kneecaps are definitely dislocated. I think we've got a rupture of the quadriceps expansion. She's going to need surgery. I'm afraid we need to get her into hospital as soon as we can. Let Mr. Rose take a look. I'm sorry, love. Sorry.
Ah! Ah!
To sort out Emily's new teaching.
Mr. Harper.
Excuse me.
How long do you think he's got?
Weeks. Days, possibly. It's hard to say. Look, I've asked Mr. Rose to take a look at him, by the way. I know I said palliative care only, but there might just be one thing that we could... Yes? What is it?
I would have thought that was obvious.
Whatever do you mean?
The waste, matron. 3 electric lights, a heater and a gramophone, all burning electricity at a time when this hospital is in dire financial straits. Not to mention the provision of tea and cake to non-patients who shouldn't be here in the first place.
Mr. Harper, the man is dying, Mr. Harper.
That's immaterial. The same rules apply to everyone. I want that gramophone turned off. And the heater, I want...
It doesn't matter what you want, Mr. Harper. For God's sake, man. Haven't you got anything better to do?
I should have gone with her.
Well, what about the cow? You can't just leave her here. Have you called the vet?
Aye, but he's out on another call. I'm right worried, Doctor. I could lose her if we don't get it out soon. I mean, one leg's out all right, but other's back and I can't seem to shift it forward like. Not being medical.
I should be there helping Rick.
Keep still.
But she's one of our best cows.
Well, let's just concentrate on you for the minute, shall we?
And that's funny. I don't see Dr. Goodwin's car anywhere.
Do you want ropes? No, if I can just... steady! If I can just... steady! Oh, here she comes, here she comes! Oh.
Fantastic!
Oh, careful, look at the state of me!
How's the patient, sister? Is he behaving?
Oh, I think so, Mr. Rose.
I have to with them about.
Dad.
And the pain's under control?
The best it's been for weeks.
Good. Now then, old chap. Dr. Ormerod has asked me to review your case and see if there's anything I can do. I can't cure your cancer for you, of course. But looking at your x-rays, I might be able to do something about the symptoms. In particular, the jaundice and the nausea. It would mean a small operation to bypass your bile ducts, get rid of the...
Thank you.
It would buy you some more time.
I don't want extra time. I just want what's left to be okay.
Quite sure?
Quite sure.
Fair enough. Well, if there's anything more we can do for you, you just have to say the word.
I'd like a party.
A party?
Why not?
David?
Why should you lot have all the fun? I dare say you'll be getting together to give me a good send-off, and I'd rather like to be there.
Why miss your own funeral? I quite agree.
Mr. Rose, you're wanted in casualty.
Right. Matron, you and Sister Bridget will be putting on a wig for this gentleman here, while he's still here to enjoy it. Damn fine idea. Right, Mrs. Palethorpe, as soon as our anaesthetist decides to grace us with his presence, we'll get these knees of yours sorted out.
What about the calf?
Nothing wrong with your calves, dear lady, it's your knees. You've squashed your knees, all right? And if I were you, I'd make that husband of yours wear spectacles in future, especially if you're going to be lying round in long grass. How he managed not to see her, I fail to imagine.
He were worried about the calf.
I'll see her in the theatre.
Oh, sorry, we got held up.
You'll never believe what we've just done.
We've just delivered a calf.
Thinking of taking it up as a sideline.
Good. Perhaps now you're ready to address the slightly less glamorous problem of Mrs. Palethorpe and her knees, yes?
Yes, of course.
Theatre in 5 minutes. Scrub up properly. I do not wish any of my patients to be afflicted with cowpox, brucellosis, or bovine TB.
Not amused.
Come along. Just give Ken his keys back.
I'm sorry, matron. As of today, I'm taking personal control of boiler maintenance.
Look, I'll have that noise stopped in a jiffy.
Out of my way, please.
Oh, I don't believe this. OK, just let me tell you what to do.
No, because whatever it is you've been doing hasn't worked, has it?
Mr. Harper, will you please give Ken back his keys and let him do his job?
Yes, well, ladies never do understand the efficient use of labour, do they? And to my mind, that's what's been wrong with this hospital for a long time. Too many ladies.
That, Mr. Harper, is a remark you will live to regret. Come in.
Can I have a word, please, matron?
Not now.
Please, it's very important. Look, I know I've made a real mess of things recently, but if it's done anything, it's made me take stock. And I really want to make something of my life, so... well, I've decided I'd like to become a nurse.
A nurse? You want to be a nurse?
Yeah.
Frankie, after what's happened...
No, I know, but I think I'd be really good at it. I feel I've got it in me, you know? And I've got all the O-levels I need to get me into the training. I just need 2 references. Now, Dr. Ormerod said he'd give me 1, and... well, I was wondering if maybe you'd give me the other one. Please? Just give me a chance.
Good. That's the ligamentum patellae repaired. Now, if the veterinary nurse could possibly pass me the subcutaneous sutures, we could start to close her up. Staff Nurse Taylor.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I know we're dealing with a mere human here, but we must still try to do our best. And if Dr. Goodwin would be so kind as to check her oxygen levels, bearing in mind that she is not an ungulate. What in heaven's name is going on?
It's a pipe knock, Mr. Rose.
I know what it is, you fool. It's been distracting me all through surgery. Who's in charge of the boiler?
Mr. Harper, sir.
No. Tomorrow morning's no good at all. I've got pipes knocking throughout the hospital. An emergency call-out. And how much would you charge? How much? But that's... no, thank you. £10 a call-out? Can't afford that. Oh, Mr. Rose.
If you don't get that boiler fixed now, Harper, I'll have your guts for garters. An entirely possible surgical procedure, I assure you.
Thank you. Excuse me, Doctor, I need to talk to you about my wife, Mrs. Thelma Forbes.
Yes?
Well, it's the headaches. It seems pretty obvious to me that she's got a brain tumour. I do have first-hand experience of the condition, so I know the symptoms. But her doctor refuses to listen to me.
Well, look, I'm sorry, Mr. Forbes, but I'm terribly late for something, and I can't discuss another doctor's case.
But the headaches?
Well, yes, headaches can indicate a brain tumour, and they would have to be ruled out, but I'm sure Dr. Wetherell has. Please, Mr. Forbes, forgive me.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear.
Inflow heater, outflow, pressure gauge, thermostat. Simple. I'll get it turned up to I. Should have read the instructions.
Fantastic job. Darling, could you just pass me one of those sausages?
Yeah, something here.
You've done a fantastic job. Oh, it goes straight to my head.
Go on, sister, just...
A toast. Silence for a toast.
To the best dad in the world.
To my darling husband, David.
To David.
To David.
To David.
A speech.
Oh, no, Carol, he can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
No, darling.
Let's take this off you. Okay? Okay. There we go.
Not many people get to attend their own wake, but I never could bear being left out. So, thank you for allowing me to gatecrash. Being me, naturally, I've arranged a little entertainment. My star pupil and own dear daughter.
Frankie? About the nursing idea. I've considered it, and I'm afraid I'm unable to give you a reference. However, if another member of staff were to act as your referee, I would not oppose the application.
Thank you, Major.
I'm so sorry, Faye.
He died at peace, Faye.
Well, it's what he would have wanted. He'd already said his last goodbyes. Here. He so much wanted to hand it over himself.
Let's be friends.
Yes, please.
I do love you, you know.
And I love you. Very much.
How can I tell you that I love?
Where's the shopping?
What?
The food shop.
I thought you were doing it.
No, we...
Oh.
Great. Well, no supper. It's just not working out, is it?
What isn't working out?
Well, the both of us working flat out.
Don't start that again.
But it's true, isn't it?
Oh, what? And if I were to just give in gracefully and have a baby, your life would be so much easier. Is that what you're trying to say?
I didn't say that.
Oh, I think you did, Gordon. And what's more, you keep saying it. Tell you what, I'll get fish and chips, shall I? I don't believe you sometimes. I really don't.
Do you want me to make you a cuppa?
but when I saw the steam coming out the taps, I just panicked. I phoned Ken and Alan and they're on the way in.
No, you were quite right to call me. I don't like the sound of it at all. Oh, my goodness.
Holy cow! I've never heard it sound like that before.
Mr. Apper's on his way in with the keys.
I can't wait for him. Come on, let's get it open. The keys! The keys, man, come on! What have you done in there?
Nothing, just turn the thermostat down, that's all.
The thermostat doesn't work. That's why I have the screwdriver in the safety valve to keep it open.
You never removed it, did you?
Oh, I must have left it in my coat.
Don't just stand there. Go and find them.
What on earth's happened?
Oh, hello, Mr. Middleditch. Welcome back.
The boiler exploded in the middle of night.
Oh, no. The hospital's archives. All my grandfather's old papers gone.
Yeah, and with no heating and no hot water.
This is terrible. The hospital's whole history gone.
Don't worry, we're saving what we can.
I and me cousin Barry's got a replacement boiler coming first thing tomorrow.
But we've already got one on order from King's.
Mr. Harper cancelled it.
As part of his economy drive.
What?
Oh, aye, he's been a very busy boy since you've been away, Mr. Middleditch.
Transformed the place, you might say.
And how are you two? You're not too cold?
Lovely. It's the central heating we can't stand.
Oh, hold on, Doc. A little something by way of thanks for all you've done for us. Annie and I are really grateful.
A joint of beef.
We thought you could share it with that nice nurse you work with.
Right. I've now got my second opinion.
Mr. Forbes?
From a senior doctor who agrees with me that it's a brain tumour and that my wife ought to be referred at once to a specialist.
Sorry, Mr. Forbes, which senior doctor are we talking about?
Dr. Ormerod.
Oh, hello, Mr. Middleditch.
So this is the so-called economy drive, is it? Private heating for you while the rest of the hospital freezes.
Did you have a good holiday, sir?
Unplug that thing at once. I have returned, Mr. Harper, to scenes of utter devastation.
I can't explain.
I rather think you'd better. The hospital archives are very nearly ruined.
Yes, well, I'm very sorry about that.
Hundreds of pounds of damage have been caused in the cellars. We have no hot water, central heating, stationery, or clean sheets.
Yes,
and the order for the new boiler has been cancelled. Why?
Because the hospital's in debt. I had to make urgent savings. Expenditure exceeds income, Mr. Middleditch. I've been through the figures with a fine-tooth comb.
Where are they?
Here.
Thank you. I will now be extremely grateful if you would return all those keys to their rightful owners at once. And put that thing somewhere where others could enjoy it.
From Farmer Palethorpe, for veterinary services rendered.
Yuck, what is it?
What's a joint of beef?
It's huge.
And apparently you and I are to share it. So, well, I thought we might cook it tonight.
Sounds good.
Meryl, are you in it? I just wanted you to know, I've decided to apply for nurse training. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt something?
I'm very sorry, Mr. Middleditch, I really am. And, about my future?
The less said about that, the better. It hangs in the balance. Sit down. You are a chump, Harper.
Oh?
A perfect chump. No wonder you couldn't get the books to balance. You missed off our main source of income. My grandfather's bequest, paid annually. We are not in the red at all, Harper. At least we weren't until the boiler exploded. Come in.
Excuse me, Mr. Middleditch. This is from Mr. Wallace.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, I say. Well, that really is very generous.
Isn't it just? It might even buy us a new boiler.
You see, Harper, kindness to patients is never an extravagance.
Thanks for your support, Gordon.
I'm sorry?
Mrs. Forbes?
What?
Telling Mr. Forbes you thought she had a brain tumour?
Look, all I said was
I
that...
examined her, Gordon. She had no papilledema, no localising neurological signs.
All right, I'm sorry. Caught me on the hop. I was trying to get rid of him. Yes.
Mrs. Forbes' test results for you, Doctor.
Oh, thank you.
I was in a hurry, trying to get to David Wallace's party.
Oh, well, there we are. Cranial arteritis, just like I thought. Oh, God. Look at her ESR.
85. Blimey.
What do you think? Prednisolone, 50 milligrams daily?
Absolutely. It's potentially lethal.
Right. I'll just go and see.
Well, she's left. Her husband took her just now. Well, I thought you knew.
Oh, Gordon, he was talking about taking her to London to see a specialist or something.
Well, she can't travel that far with results like that. It's positively dangerous. She could have a stroke any minute.
She could go blind.
Right. I might just catch them.
Is he going after them? Because they weren't going to London.
What?
Well, they were going to Whitby, to Mr. Butcher, a brain surgeon or something.
Baker?
That's it.
Oh, Stephen Baker. Oh, that's fine. Panic over. I'll just go and stop Gordon.
Well, I shouldn't worry, Doctor. If he doesn't see them, he'll soon be back. I'll get Mr. Butcher for you, shall I?
Baker, yes, thank you.
Somebody call an ambulance!
Hey, don't walk away from me. So you with him now? Is that it?
Jeff, there's been a bad crash on Whitby Road.
Okay, you go on in the ambulance, Steph and I are following my car. I'll just get my bag.
Why don't you just come clean, Merrill?
The doors won't open!
Out of the way.
Gordon! Gordon!
Out of the way! Oh, I'm so sorry. My darling, it's okay. You'll be fine. It's okay.
Will you worship moon?
Jeff, I can't find a pulse. I can't find a pulse.
Move out the way. Let me
Oh, God.
Gordon!
Birds of sand have covered your face. Given a meaning, taken my place. So make your way on down to the sea. Something has taken you so far from me.
Heartbeats back next Sunday, and the Royal returns in the new year.
2 aggravated burglaries, 1 critically ill old man. It's about time we called in Detective Inspector Shiner.
That woman had the car crash and I rescued her. Where is she now? Oh, she's at the pub. What, the Aidensfield Arms? She's got this thing about me. It's like an obsession. She won't leave me alone. That's why we came up here in the first place, to get away from her. Helen would go mad if she knew she found us.
Tip off the old block, eh? Just like your old dad.
Look, I want to make a fresh start. I want to build a house up here and make a go of my marriage. I don't want to lose Helen.
Well, tough. I'm pregnant.
Brian? Guess who's in town?
Oh, John, you blow.
I only saw her a few times.
Oh, just every time we went down to London on so-called business.